Yes, ma'am.
Y'all good? Good evening. We'll open our meeting with our mission statement. Through resiliency, professionalism, and perseverance, Columbia County Schools honors achievement and innovation, values a commitment to safety, while also promoting integrity within ourselves and our community. At this time, I'll invite Mr. Roger Little to come up and open our meeting.
Good evening, everyone. First things first, we'll start with the invocation, so if you would please bow your heads and remove your caps. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together this evening. We ask for wisdom, guidance, and understanding as decisions are made for the students, staff, and families of our community. Help us to lead with compassion, integrity, and a shared commitment to helping every child succeed. Bless our schools, our educators, our board members, and everyone gathered here tonight. May all we do be for the good of our children and the future of our community. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
And then we will now have the pledge, led by some of our wonderful kindergartners. I'm gonna need some help, guys. Can you help me? Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Welcome, everyone. Glad to see we have so many people that came tonight to watch our kindergartners perform. That's awesome. Mr. Cooey and the school board members, thank you for having us. I won't spend a lot of time up here because these guys are the life of the party tonight, and you would much rather hear from them than me, I am sure. So at this time, these are some of our kindergartners from Eastside, and they have a special performance for you tonight led by Miss Cameron, our music teacher. She squatted down over there. All right, guys.
Thank you so much, Ms. Cameron and your kindergartners. Those were beautiful voices. Thank you so much. Let's give them one more round of applause. If anyone needs to go pick up their kindergartner, I'll give you just a minute.
Cute as they can be. You got one? I didn't think so, but I had to ask.
right, board members, we will move on. At this time, I'd like to welcome everyone who's here tonight. It's good to see a full house. And we would invite at this time anyone who would like to comment on an action item on the agenda to come forward at this time. We have two action items tonight. One is to approve our personnel items that are on the agenda, and the second is to approve Phase 1 documents regarding Columbia High School. Would anyone like to address the board as to either one of these items at this time? You can, if you're going to address, you can come right up here. Is it about is it in regards to either of those two items? Is it about one of the personnel items or the Columbia High School? Okay, perfect. If you'll just state your name, please, before you begin, and you have 3 minutes to address the board.
My name is Jacob Wilson. I am a 7th grader student at Lake City Middle School. In civics class this year, we learned that being a good citizen means showing up, speaking up, and participating in government when something matters to you. We learned that citizens can make change by attending meetings like this, using their voice respectfully, and standing up for the people and programs they care about. That is why I am here tonight to speak about Mr. Cameron and what he means to his students. To many people, teaching may look like a piece of paper that says someone is qualified, but to students, it is so much more than that. A great teacher is someone who makes students feel seen, supported, and capable of accomplishing things they never thought they could do. That is exactly who Mr. Cameron is. In band, we do not just learn how to play instruments. We learn discipline, we learn teamwork, we learn responsibility, we learn how to keep going even when something is difficult. We learn that mistakes are part of growing. Most importantly, we learn that someone believes in us. Mr. Cameron creates a classroom where students feel safe, encouraged, and important. He pushes us to hard work, but he also reminds us that we are capable of success both inside and outside of school. For many students, band is the place where they feel accepted, confident, and proud of themselves. A certification may show what someone is allowed to teach, but it does not measure the impact a teacher has on students' lives. It cannot measure the time he spends helping us after class, encouraging us when we are struggling, or teaching us life lessons that go far beyond music. Mr. Cameron is not just a band teacher to us. He's a mentor, a role model, and someone who truly cares about his students. We are asking you tonight to please look beyond paperwork and remember the students whose lives are being shaped every single day in his classroom. Teachers like Mr. Cameron are rare, and the impact he has on students cannot be replaced. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jacob. You're very well spoken. Thank you for addressing the board. Is there anyone else who'd like to address the board at this time? Huh? If you'd state your name, you have 3 minutes to address the board.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Kristen West. I am here on behalf of my son and about 5 other special needs children who have been with Mr. Kasharo Thomas at RSGA for the past 2 years. These children rely on stability, routine, and adults who understand their communication needs. For some of them, especially the nonverbal students, Mr. Cash is their voice. He knows their cues, triggers, and how to help them succeed. These students need a stable, understanding teacher, and you already have one in Mr. Cash. I have wrote every single one of you board members. The only response that I got back was Ms. Cherry Hill, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much. 5 or 6 students stayed back last year. It was what they needed academically and emotionally. They have built trust in him, and they have made progress with him. Removing him now is not going to be a simple transition. It is a disruption that will cause regression for all children. These children have shown that in previous years, and we cannot put them to that again. We understand he cannot follow them through 12th grade, but we're asking to something reasonable to allow Mr. Cash to stay with him for 7th grade and ideally 8th. Even granting just 7th grade would give students the stability they need while the district plans a long-term solution. Familiarity matters, and these kids need a safe space with adults who already understand them. This is not just a class. He has created a community amongst his children and his parents. We're asking the board to reconsider giving Mr. Kashara Thomas his classroom at LCMS with students he currently teaches. Diagnoses are increasing, needs are increasing, and the children deserve consistency with a teacher who has already proven he can meet those needs. Please do not disrupt what is working. Please allow these students to keep the teacher who has helped them grow the most. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board at this time? Make sure you state your name, please, and you have 3 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Jasper Henson, and I'm a student at LCMS. I'm here today on behalf of our guitar teacher, Miss Fellows. She has been such an important part of our lives this year at LCMS. The first year we had a guitar ensemble and the only school in Columbia County that has it. I'm like kind of freeballing, I'm sorry. And I'm nervous.
You're doing just fine.
Thank you. And I feel like she has changed a bunch of students' lives for being at LCMS and teaching them how to play guitar. And I feel like it would be a shame for her to leave LCMS. I'm sorry. And I feel like that's it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. It was very well said. Thank you. It's hard to speak publicly. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board as to any action items at this time? Okay. With no one moving forward, at this time, board members, we will move on to the item to close and adopt the agenda. On the addendum, there are 2 corrections. If you'll go down to bottom of page 1, under summer program appointments, Ms. Dormany, her title is actually CNA, not nurse, so change that. And Ms. Presley, her title should be nurse, not CNA. They were switched. Is there any other corrections or additions? Mr. Bowie, is that everything?
That's it.
Everything? Okay. So with those 2 corrections, do I have a motion to close and adopt the agenda with the addendum?
Madam Chair, I so move.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a motion in 2 seconds, actually. Is there any discussion regarding the agenda? With no discussion, all in favor of approving the agenda with the addendum, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. The agenda with the addendum are approved. We have 2 presentations. Our first presentation is by Ms. Lisa Lee for our 250th quilt presentation.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lisa Lee. I'm the coordinator for elementary curriculum and instruction, and we have been working with the schools and the City of Lake City, City Hall, and the County Commissioner's Office under a grant to fund some things throughout this year leading to the July 4th, America's 250th birthday. Amazing. That we are going to see that happen. May not be around for the next one. We are getting old. So we had asked as a kickoff for a project. I had gotten with our art teachers in every school, K-12, and said, hey, I need your help. I have this idea to design a quilt. And so to spark that idea, I got with Dr. Marty Cox and Geraldine Fiegel. I'm like, help me figure out how to have this done. And so they did. And Ms. Fiegel supplied every school with a white square, and the grant supplied the markers. And I said, make something that celebrates America's 250, but also represents your school. Make sure the school's name's on it. We're going to have a 250th Columbia County Schools quilt that we're going to display here in the auditorium when it's complete. And good luck. And they took off with that. When you see this quilt, so I'm gonna call the ladies up so I can finish talking about this quilt and you can just stare at it. Ladies, would you come up? The ladies that from the Lady of the Lake Quilt Guild, Geraldine Fiegel, Marty Cox Roberts, Lonnie Haltewalger, Tina Kilgore, Celeste Beck, Diane Shepard, and Casey Griffin, also owners of the Witch Old Stitch, completed the machine quilting design called the Wave. To represent the wave of the flag, Casey completed the embroidery on the heading of the quilt. And some of these squares were actually just solely done by students. Some were group projects by students where the art teachers supported it and they worked together. But ultimately, they did amazing. They did better than I thought when I got this to see it, and I haven't seen it till tonight finalized. I was just in shock at how beautiful. Not in shock that they could do it, but just how well it turned out and represented Columbia County Schools. So we're going to have the ladies come up on the stage and hold the quilt, and I want any students that are here and any art teachers that are here that helped work on this quilt to come up the stage. I want to get a group picture, please, of you. If you helped with the square from your school and you're an art teacher, I want you to come up and get a picture with the ladies and the quilt, please. This was great hard work, and I appreciate all the effort, and we appreciate the use of the grant from the county. Kimmy Roberts helped and said, hey, I have this money. I want to use it for the schools to celebrate the 250th. And so this was one of the collaborative projects that we've been working on. So don't hide behind it. Kimmy, come up. Yes. It's going to be on display in the hall here. And then it's at City Hall. It'll be at the 250th on display. I'm bringing it to the county commissioners meeting, but it will be displayed July 4th at the city events. At the what? 4th of July celebration at the fairgrounds. Kimmy, you want to get your picture? Okay. be on the lookout for more projects online. And again, our 4th of July celebration here in Lake City, you are going to be surprised at all the planning that has been involved with this grant and this program.
Thank you, Ms. Lee.
Thank you.
We appreciate all that you're doing. It's going to be a great 4th of July season this year. Okay, thank you again. We appreciate all of you. All right, we'll move on to our next presentation, which is our kids' tag art. Is that Mr. Keen or Ms. Swisher's on here, but that's usually you.
Yes,
We'll hand it over to you.
Thank you,
Mr.
thank you.
Keen.
Hey, good evening, Superintendent Cooey, school board members, staff, and family. Tonight, we're here to celebrate our Kids Tag Art Award of Distinction winners. So this program, we're in our 11th year of Kids Tag Art here in Columbia County. And our award of distinction winners are selected from the elementary school. Each school nominates 5 school winners, and we have a committee that narrows that down to about 2 per school. And we're lucky as a county that we have more sponsors than we do 2 per school. So we pick multiple winners per school. So we are excited this year. Our program raised over $34,000 for art education here in Columbia County. And in total, in our 11th year, we've raised over $358,000 for art education here in Columbia County. So it's the program I know our art teachers really appreciate, but we couldn't do it without our sponsors. I mean, many of our sponsors are in the room tonight. Many of them have been with us for all 11 years of the program. We appreciate it. We thank you for everything you do for our program, everything you do for us as Columbia County in our community. So it's driven by sponsorships, partnership with the school board, Columbia County Tax Collector's Office, and our art teachers. So we're real thankful for our program. Our platinum sponsor this year is First Federal. They emailed me right at the last minute. They couldn't make it, but First Federal donated $5,000 to our program this year. And like I said, we cannot do it without our sponsors. School board, Superintendent Cooley, I want to thank you. And talking to my other colleagues throughout the state, not every county has an art teacher in every classroom. We're lucky and we do that here, so I thank you for that, for making sure that's a commitment that continues. We're real appreciative. We're going to try maybe to do it again next year, depending on our sponsorship level. We're going to try to keep it rolling maybe. See how it goes. If there's anybody in the audience that wants to sponsor, you can raise your hand right now. We'll sign you up. No? Okay. All right, thank you. I see you in the back. All right, so we're going to do a little different this year. We're going to call you by schools, maybe try to speed it up a little bit. So I think Fort White is first. So we'll call all the Fort White kids, and then we'll go down our list for each school. As your name is called, as a student or a sponsor, if you're here, please come over to the backdrop. We have a tag for you that your sponsor picked out and that you drew. So thank you again, school board, thank you again for allowing us the partnership with you for this program. Like I said, we couldn't do it without the people in this room. So can we do a quick check presentation, Madam Chair?
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll get to calling names.
First, we have Fort White, Jaslyn Herndon, sponsored by Duke Energy. Next is Madeline Harry, sponsored by Douglas and Douglas. Next is Ashley Owen, sponsored by Walmart Transportation. Next is Wesley Freilich, sponsored by FCA. Now we're moving to Columbia City Elementary. First, we have Zayla Hunt, sponsored by Edward Jones. Next, we have Ava Morrison, sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare. Next, we have Macy Bullard, sponsored by Hunter Peeler, school board member. Next, we have Raylan Hodson, sponsored by TLC Auto Sales. Now we're moving on to Eastside Elementary. Nala Cook, sponsored by First Federal Bank. Next, we have Jada Koust, sponsored by Lake City Advertiser. Now we're moving to Minnie J. Black Elementary. First, we have Kendra Odom, sponsored by Kyle King, Tax Collector. Next is Luke Simmons, sponsored by Baya Pharmacy. Now, Pine Mount Elementary. First, we have Jai Bass, sponsored by Lake City Reporter. Next is Charlotte Granite, sponsored by Kiwanis Club of Lake City. Next is Aliyah Gilly, sponsored by John Casack, State Farm. Now we're moving on to Summers Elementary. First, we have Gabrielle Soto, sponsored by Nutrien. Gabriel, excuse me. Next is Anaya Hawkins, sponsored by FPL. Now West Side Elementary. First, we have Sophia Davis, sponsored by Keith Cooey, Superintendent. Lindley Mulliken, Seacoast Bank. And lastly, it's Maisie Reynes, Express Employment.
Thank you, Mr. King. Thank you to all of our art teachers and the students who participated in, again, this year. We've had a really good night so far. I'm not going to go into comments, but we've had music, we've had quilts, we've had art. It's a really good night so far, so thank you, everyone, for being here and supporting the arts in our schools. So now we're going to move on to our action items, and our first action item is to approve our personnel items. I've noted the 2 corrections on the addendum, but with that, I think everything else is correct. So do I have a motion to approve the items on the personnel items?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the personnel items on the agenda and the addendum.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion regarding these items? With no discussion, all in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Personnel items are approved. We'll now move on to our second action item, which is to approve Phase 1 documents for Columbia High School. Mr. Whittigren?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, board members and guests. Tonight, for your approval is the Phase 1 docs. Just a recap of the process. We've got our first major milestone is the Phase 1 docs, which is life safety and the floor plan. We've got those for your approval tonight. We've got a great team that assembled, a labor of love, if you will. District staff, a lot of work with Mr. Hosford out of Columbia High School and his team. And of course, Jennifer and her team from Stratus has been fantastic. Started about 2 months ago. We went down to Sarasota and looked at a prototype that's going to be completed in August this year. But we're excited to have these Phase 1 docs, these initial docs done, ready for approval, and they'll go to DOE in preparation for our June 10th presentation to the committee to hopefully put us to the next step for that funding aspect. So I wanted Jennifer to come up and give you a few words and also show you the presentation. Okay, thank you.
There you go. Just hit the button.
Thank you very much for having us this evening. Thank you very much for helping us develop these plans, and also for all your support during this process. We have a short clip here to show you what the concept is for the redevelopment of the new campus, and I'm here to answer any questions if you have any. Maybe. There we go. So you can see the existing Columbia High in the foreground, and then it will disappear. We'll have one new continuous building and new sports fields, consolidating all the sports in the north side of the campus by the existing stadium.
Bing.
We always appreciate our teachers, so can't say that too many times.
We do. Anybody have any questions or comments? I think we're good.
All right.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
No
It's always
problem.
good to
Thank
see you. So, board members, at this time, I would entertain a motion to approve our Phase 1 documents for Columbia High School.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the Phase 1 documents for Columbia High School.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion regarding this action item? With no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. The item is approved. We'll now move on to our consent agenda, and there are some items on the addendum. Board members, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda with the items on the addendum?
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the items that are on the consent agenda as well as the addendum.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion regarding the consent agenda? With no discussion, All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Consent agenda with the items on the addendum are approved. We'll now move on to our comments. Is there any other member of the audience who would like to address the board at this time? Mr. Garrett?
Mickey Garrett, speaking as a parent and an individual. The legislature has yet to do a budget. The legislature has yet to provide adequate funding for the one thing that the Constitution says it has to do, and that's a free public education. Under the pretense of parent choice, they've decided to make it possible to siphon off much of the money to, from the public school to entities with no accountability to the citizens, to the students, to parents, to anybody. And I am just tired of not being able to say this so the public can hear somebody say, I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. And I want the board to know that there are people beside me that actually works for you people, works for this great organization. But as a parent, I'm just tired of the kids that have to go to public schools because it's the best opportunity they have to increase their ability to be good students, to be good citizens, to be good humans, and learn things that they can give to everybody else. And so I'm putting it out here tonight. And the one thing I would say as a parent who's had 2 sons graduate from CHS and will now have 2 grandkids that will be going through the system eventually, they're still little, I want them to have the best opportunities. And so as you make decisions, when the budget comes out and we are without funds to do all the things that we have to do, that we remember first and foremost, cafeteria, bus drivers, janitorial, maintenance, secretarial, bookkeeping, paras, and the teachers. Those individuals that absolutely have contact with students day in and day out. And it's not a 6-hour day, a 7-hour day, a 9-hour day. Teachers teach 24 hours, 7 days a week. And if decisions have to be made, the decisions that the board makes tend to skew toward those individuals that have contact with our students every day, from pre-K to 12th grade. Programs that you can think of that do anything to improve their ability to have a life, to provide for their job, that give them an opportunity to learn more and to come back and add to this community. Those are the primary goals of the board. And if that means somebody from a higher position has to do more than one job, take 2 titles and 1 salary, God bless them. But remember, it's the students. That's the priority. That's our future.
Thank you, Mr. Garrett. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board at this time? Excuse me. We'll move on to our school board members. I'll start with Ms. Hill.
Okay. First of all, thank you, Mr. Little, for opening our meeting tonight, and thank you, there he is, and thank you, Ms. Cameron, for that lovely concert. The kindergartners did a great job, and so thank you for all of your efforts with them. Loved the quilt. I thought the quilt was beautiful, and thank you for coordinating that, Ms. Lee. And hopefully the board can get a picture with that. I think that would be a lovely idea. Okay, I thought it was beautiful. And thanks to our quilters, I think they've all gone, but we appreciate their efforts to help celebrate our 250th birthday. What an event. Thank you, Mr. Garrett, for continuing to advocate for public schools. We appreciate that. And a big thanks to our speakers for, there were 3 that spoke tonight. We appreciate their thoughts. And Mr. Cooey, could you spend just a minute? I know it's difficult to close a school and move personnel around. Could you spend just a few seconds, or Ms. Jernigan, just kind of giving us an overview of that process?
We went by certification first. I know Ms. Jernigan, it took us months really since Christmas to get it right. She's worked, I can't imagine that hours. Start off with certification, and then what openings we had. We tried to fill the openings we had currently by people who were retiring or left our system. And we hadn't filled a position since Christmas to prepare for this, so that we didn't have to let people off, let people go. So, Ms. Jernigan, you got more you want to say?
In addition, we did teacher surveys, not just teachers, all of the employees at RSGA, and also LCMS. We did look at certification first, and we try to keep people in field because there are out-of-field requirements for Title I. And so LCMS does receive Title I funds, and so we have to make sure that that's taken care of. Everyone was not 100% happy. I can't say that I could make everyone happy. But the one thing that we did is we kept everyone employed, and that was our first goal. So I can go deeper with you. We can talk about specifics one-on-one. But we did look at their surveys, and they had their top 3 that they put down on the paper for us.
No, that's not necessary. I just thought, given that we had several speakers, it would be good just to give an explanation and an overview. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Darning. Mr. Peeler.
Yes, I'd like to thank our speakers tonight as well. Ms. Jernigan, Mr. Cooey, thank you for clarifying that as well. Mr. Garrett, thank you. It would be a dull meeting without you coming here and speaking to us. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. The quilt, it is beautiful. I think that's amazing. I think it's great that we're doing all of these things. Mr. Little, Ms. Cameron, thank you. You got some great kindergartners. Mr. Little, be careful because some of them look a little bit taller than you, so that's something to worry about there. But I do appreciate that, and I think Kyle's already left I think he's left, yeah, but I do appreciate the tag art and sponsoring. I've been sponsoring that since I got on the board, and I think that's a great event. I think it's great that they continue to do that, and I hope it continues on. Other than that, I'm good.
Ms. Logan.
I did just want to share with the board, we will close on 5 points this week. There was nothing on your agenda because it had previously been approved for sale and transfer to the city, but I did receive the closing documents for Madam Chair's signature, and we should have that wrapped up by the end of the week.
Thank you. Ms. Redson.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to say tonight. Right off, the quilt's great job, everybody. It's good. I want to say thanks to everybody that was involved in getting our Phase 1 documents and plans together. I know a lot went into that. I'd had an opportunity to go over that with Mr. Whitaker and Mr. Gaylord, but thank you for all your efforts that went into that. Mr. Garrett, I appreciate what you had to say tonight. You had a lot of enthusiasm with that, and I know that's your passion. I know public education is your passion, and I see that when you speak. And I just wish a lot more people would have the passion that you've got. If you could share that passion with all you can, I appreciate that. Tallahassee needs to hear that. Maybe they didn't hear it all the way to Tallahassee. I hope so. Eastside, great job tonight. Appreciate what you're doing. It's just a good meeting tonight. What can I say? Thank you. Thank you for our staff that's here tonight.
Thank you. Ms. Smith?
Well, tail end, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right. But I do want to thank Eastside. I really enjoyed the children and to all the principals. I enjoyed seeing the art, the children the efforts they put forth in their art. Everybody is not an artist, and we are blessed to be able to have art classes. please share with the children that we really enjoyed the art as well as the music. And to Ms. Swisher, please let Mr. King know how much we appreciate their efforts as far as providing the finance to support our art classes. $34,000 for our schools. That's amazing. Thanks so much. Ms. Lee, I love the quilt. Oh, that's amazing. And you say it's going to what? To the capital, to Tallahassee?
She said the capital, I didn't specify, I was assuming state.
Okay.
Could be farther, I do not know.
So we won't keep it in the county?
Yes, gonna keep it in the county.
Okay.
She's shown somebody.
Okay, all right.
I'll get more details.
Okay, all right, well, it's beautiful, and please share with them how much we really appreciate that. To our civics teacher who's here tonight, and I saw you speaking with a student, and I know that you work with one of them. And we appreciate you preparing the children. The presentations were awesome. One young man was saying he was nervous, but we as adults get nervous also, so share with them, let them know how much we appreciate them being brave enough to express themselves. Thank you so much. And Mr. Garrett, I understand your sentiments. We represent public education, and it's heartbreaking to see where we are at this point in time. So thank you so much. And to all who had a part in the phase 1 of Columbia High, I am just excited. I'm excited to see such a beautiful campus. We will be very proud when that happens. I don't know when, but when it happens, we are going to be so proud in this community to have that school in our community. Thank you so much. I hope I didn't miss anyone.
Just real quick, I want to start off with phase 1. When I first came in tonight down here, I thought the architect was already walking out the door, leaving me. But I want to thank her for what she did, the video she showed real quick. It will change our whole being if we get to build that new school. I want everybody to understand that is a gamble we are willing to take, and we are taking it. And those two men and that beautiful lady over there, they take this thing with due diligence. I mean, they are working on this thing all day, the day, every day. And Mr. Gaylor is trying to finish Eastside at the same time. It's a task, and it's a true task to get that out there and see what we can actually, if we can actually pull this off. We've had testing going on, and so far attendance has been wonderful. To the principals who are left in the room, I want to thank you for that. It's an honor to go by the schools and see the kids, and testing lasting longer than it has to last. It's not easy for a kid. The nerve-wracking moment of a test like that, I'm glad that I didn't have testing when I'm old, so they didn't have testing when I was there. So I had to do it like that, but that is high stakes. The CHS State Champion Weightlifting Team, I want to recognize them tonight. I've asked them to come to our next board meeting to be recognized, so we'll see where they are. There's also baseball and softball playoffs still going on. I think CHS girls play tomorrow night here. So there's a lot of things going on. The 33 speakers. I know there's things I'd like to say to them, but I won't now. But what I'd like to say to them is the guts they had to come here and do what they did shows what we raise in our school systems today. Public education, as they've all said it, is the key to all of it. And it starts with our teachers, but it also starts at the house. Mom and Daddy have to raise you not to be scared to get up in front of a bunch of people and speak, and it is not an easy task. Kyle King, Tag Art, absolutely stunning what he does for us every year. That art, all that money gets divided by art teachers and goes out to them, and they use it for things and special projects in their rooms. And you can't do that without him. The Tag Art, as you know, it was valuable. The quilt, I got the same text you got, Lisa. It's going to the state capitol, just so you know. It's on its way there. She's going to take it there for a week, and she said she's bringing it back. And last but not least, if you walked in tonight, you saw a fire pit in the hallway. That is from Mr. Thomas's welding class in Lake City, Florida. A young lady, I had the privilege of going by there one day, and she was sitting there with a special little torch, and she was cutting out the Twin Towers that are on that. And to watch what a child under the age of 17 can do is a true gift. And again, public education. But it's also a gift. That child was gifted. She was sitting there having two friends try to polish the ball that used to just be a propane tank. And she was cutting as hard as she could cut. It's impressive to watch. It took her months. They're sending this off to the state competition, to the national competition, not state, national competition for the 250-year celebration. And if a child can beat that one, I want to see what beats it. Great job. Thank you all for coming tonight, and thank you for all you do for us.
I'll try to keep it really quick. I've already said some stuff. The three young men, one of the things I want to note about them, one, they came forward, but a lot of times we get people here who are complaining. They came forward because they love their teachers, and their teachers have made an impact on their lives. And that was all three of them. And so I know we can't always do exactly what they want to do, but our teachers are doing such a good job. And those students care about them so much that they came, put their fears aside and came, and that really speaks a lot about the teachers and about the students and about the families that they come from. So I thought that was pretty amazing. Mr. Garrett, amen and amen. I mean, I really wanted to amen you, but thank you for being here, and thank you for being very honest about what's going on, and we appreciate you. Mr. Whittegren, thank you for sitting down. I know I wasn't the only one you sat down with and went through all those documents. You spent a lot of time, and but thank you for taking time out of your schedule to sit down with me, and I'm sure you did others to explain everything to us. You are doing a great job. It's going to be a beautiful school. I can't wait to see it built. I think I've talked about quilt art and tag art before. Mr. Little, thanks for being here, and I think that is all. We appreciate y'all. Y'all please drive safely. Thank goodness for the rain, so I'm not going to say don't rain because we need it. We are adjourned.